announcement by NATO. Now, there are 1 million of them, and they've been behind some of the greatest scientific discoveries and technological advances in British history. So why is Birmingham City Council organising a meeting today to ask what makes a Brummie? Well, they're worried that Birmingham's status as the country's second city isn't recognised widely enough by people from elsewhere. So we sent Adam out onto the streets of London to find out if that's true.
Do you know what England's second city is?
I have no idea. I know nothing about...
Do you know any other cities in England?
Yeah.
England's second city? Birmingham, isn't it?
Correct. Would you ever think of relocating to Birmingham?
No.
I've never been to Birmingham, so I can't talk in all honesty about
It's got lovely Selfridges.
You may well do, but I can't say I know Selfridges in Birmingham.
You got loads of landmarks up there.
Like what? What's a Birmingham landmark?
Oh, the cow, the big cow in the city, you know what I mean?
The cow?
Yes, that big cow.
Oh, the bull and the bull ring. The shopping centre.
That's the one, the shopping centre. It's got much better shopping centre and everything, yeah.
So apart from a big cow, what else has Birmingham got going for it?
I don't know, the train station. I don't know.
So a train station and a cow.
Give me the question.
What is England's second city?
Manchester.
Would you like to try again?
Liverpool.
And again?
Leeds.
Dublin? That's in the Republic of Ireland. I think you mean Birmingham. Have you heard of a place called Birmingham?
Birmingham? I've never.
Oh, you never heard of it?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Korea.
Oh, Birmingham's not big in Korea. What would you say is England's second city?
England's second city? What do you mean?
Do you think it's an apt second city?
Not really.
Why not?
Well, it's Midlands, isn't it? It's kind of in that. Nothing there much.
Can you do a Brummie accent?
I don't think... it's a bit tricky to do a Birmingham accent if you're not really...
Scouse.
Used to...
That's a Scouse accent.
The phrases they might like to use.
Oh, you've got Brummie now at the end.
I thought that wasn't bad, actually, for a Brummie accent, I have to say. Not a Scouse accent, anyway. But it does sound like Birmingham does need to do a bit of publicity. Waseem Zaffar, a proud Brummie and Labour council, is in our Birmingham studio now. Well, that won't have filled you with any great joy listening to all those people who couldn't seem to name Birmingham the second city. Why does Birmingham seem to punch below its weight?
I think there are a number of issues that we need to look at, and this Scruinty Committee is looking at that. I don't think the people of Birmingham themselves know enough about the heritage of this great city and how that heritage has shaped today. This Scruinty Committee that I'm chairing, the Social Cohesion Committee on the Council, will look at what makes a Brummie, what we need to be proud of, and what attracts people to this great city. We have people who've been here for a generation, their families have been here for a long time, but we also have people from up to 150 different countries across the world who've come to Birmingham and made this their home.
OK, well, what makes you proud to be a Brummie? Sell Birmingham to us.
Birmingham has fantastic places. We have the best sporting venues, we have incredible shopping centres, we've got the Jewellery Quarter, we've got the Balti Triangle. But the thing that makes me most proud of this great city is the people of Birmingham. We're the most friendly people, we're the warmest, and people like Sion Simon, as a former MP, say you can make Birmingham your home, you can be a Brummie straight away as soon as you come here. And that is because we help people to settle here, we help people to integrate here, and we have incredibly diverse and friendly community.
Do you think it's attractive, the city centre? I mean, it's changed a lot. I mean, I think it's vastly improved over the last 10, 20 years whenever they built the new shopping centre. But do you think it is now an attractive city?
But Birmingham City Centre is without doubt an incredible city centre, but there are other places across the city in the outer suburbs which are also equally as good. But there's still a long way to go before it's a perfect city. I'm not going to sit here and say that Birmingham is the most perfect place. People that you've interviewed in London, clearly some of them don't recognise Birmingham the second city. We don't punch our weight enough, and this inquiry will look at why we don't do that, and hopefully Birmingham City Council leadership will start to address some of these issues.
OK, what do you think would be a good way of starting a sort of Birmingham campaign to convince Londoners, certainly, that this is a destination?
I think the one thing we need to do before we convince people from outside the city is educate the young people, the people of Birmingham, on the heritage, on the history, and what Birmingham is today. I think if we as Brummies can sell the city far better than anybody else. But we did have a adopted Brummie, Usain Bolt, who sold Birmingham fantastically during the Olympics. So we do have friends outside Birmingham who do sell it perfectly for us.
Well, just very briefly, do you think if they'd chosen to have an elected mayor, do you think that might have helped?
I was in favour of an elected mayor. I campaigned for elected mayor, and I thought that would have assisted. But we're here with the system that we have. We have Sir Albert Boy as a leader of the council, who went to see the Prime Minister last week to talk about punching the weight for all.
All right. Now, Jonathan Portes, your views of Birmingham.
Well, I've been there a number of times, actually. I'm going again in just 2 or 3 weeks. And my sister lives not far outside Birmingham.
Oh, right, so you know it.
So I do know it, and I do think that there's a tremendous advantage to the UK as a whole in having London, a global city, tremendous economic advantage, but it has led to a somewhat distorted model of economic development. We are major regional cities like Birmingham have punched below their economic weight for too long, and I think it is very important for central government of the country as a whole to get behind those cities and to let them take some of the weight in generating sustainable economic
So do you think it has been to the detriment of places like Birmingham? I mean, would you like to see that redressed, or is it important to keep London as that economic?
London is absolutely vital to Britain's economic future. We should not be ashamed or apologise or downplay London in any way. And of course, you know, I'm a Londoner and have been for 40 years. But we cannot have a model of economic development which is solely based on London's big advantages as a global city. We also have to ensure that the regions, and in particular the big regional cities, also develop.
What would be one bit of advice for Waseem in terms of what they could do to promote Birmingham, not just to Brummies, which he will do, but outside?
I think what I know about the evidence of city development is that what really matters is, as Waseem was saying, it's people. But what, from an economic point of view, what that means is skilled workers, and in particular universities. So it's getting good universities and ensuring that they work well with the local business community, and that people who go to those universities want to stay there afterwards and make Birmingham or other cities their home.
All right, good luck with your campaign. Thank you very much to Jonathan Portes for being our guest of the day. With his final hints about how Birmingham can do better, the 1 o'clock news is starting over on BBC One now. And